Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another uh, video where I talk about the NFL. And today I'm going to be talking about the question among Dallas Cowboys fans and Dallas in general, and that is, would you rather start Tony Romo or Dak Prescott? A healthy Tony Romo, mind you. And I personally, which I'm not a Cowboys fan, which I personally believe that Dak Prescott has shown that he can be a great quarterback and a franchise quarterback, which Tony Romo is 36 years old as well. So you have to remember that Tony Romo's getting up there in age. Personally, I think Tony Romo should just retire before he sustains another injury like he has within the past couple of years. Three injuries within the past couple of years. And I think that that's just too many for a 36-year-old. I mean, two collarbones and a back problem. I mean, that's just going to lead to a lot of problems down the road. And I think that Tony Romo should just retire when he's healthy and when he can. Now, I'm not. Now, I think the Cowboys are going to go with Dak Prescott following this Sunday's bye, but I'm not sure if Jerry Jones will start a healthy Tony Romo over a Dak Prescott or not, because Jerry Jones seems to be in love with Tony Romo. He seems to be very, very fascinated by Tony Romo. Now, that being said, I don't think Tony Romo is a bad quarterback. It's just that I do believe that right now, a healthy Dak Prescott is better than a healthy Tony Romo. Now, you may or may not agree with me on that, but I do think that Dak Prescott is a great quarterback. And no wonder why Dak Prescott started 3 years within the SEC, won all those SEC accolades. And you might be like, oh, well, Tony Romo won all the SEC accolades, won the Heisman Trophy, won the national championship, and all that. And look at him now, he's in baseball. Well, that doesn't matter too much, but personally, I think the Cowboys have a better chance of winning right now with Dak Prescott instead of Tony Romo. And and I think the Cowboys should continue to start Dak Prescott. Even next season, I think they should start Dak Prescott over Tony Romo. And freaking sister getting in the shot there. But it's all okay. Um, but I personally think that a 37-year-old Tony Romo, by the time next season starts, will not be as good of an option as Dak Prescott. And I know Jerry Jones loves to win, just as any person with a fiery competitive nature like Jerry Jones loves to win. And Jason Garrett, the Cowboys head coach, wants to win as well. And I really do think their best option is to start Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott has a brighter future than Tony Romo had. I mean, Tony Romo only has 2 years or two playoff wins since becoming the Cowboys starter midway through the 2006 season. And that was in 2009 and just a couple of years ago in 2014. But ever since 2014, just as I mentioned, Tony Romo has had three injuries. Two last year, and then the back injury in preseason that let Dak Prescott become the starter. And I remember back in the offseason, whenever they said that Kellen Moore, another Cowboys quarterback, was hurt, and that the quarterback situation outside of Tony Romo, if he were to get hurt, would be in question. But turns out, in the end, Dak Prescott has turned out to be a really good quarterback. And I personally hope he succeeds as a Dallas Cowboy. And he is well on his way to succeeding as a Dallas Cowboy. Because Dak Prescott seems to understand the playbook, the offensive scheme, what Scott Linehan and what offensive coordinator Scott Linehan and head coach Jason Garrett wants him to do. And I think Dak Prescott should be the guy over Tony Romo. I know that Tony Romo is beloved by Cowboys fans, and he is regarded by some of them as the greatest quarterback in Cowboys history. A little shady on that one. You're gonna, you got Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman who've played and have worn the star. But yeah, I do think. But yes, let me say again that I do think that Dak Prescott could be, by the end, the greatest Cowboy that ever played for the organization. I know that might be such a stretch with the two Hall of Fame quarterbacks, Staubach and Aikman, and with all of the other Hall of Famers from the 70s and the 90s, but I 100% think that this should be Dak Prescott's team, and Dak Prescott has shown that he can play well, even against a great defense in Green Bay. I mean, he just kind of came out of nowhere to hop on the NFL scene, which he was drafted, of course, but still. Dak Prescott has played very, very well, and I think that the Cowboys will benefit so much if they just let Dak Prescott play instead of Tony Romo. And I think that while Tony Romo has a year or two left, they should try to trade him for some value for like another wide receiver to help out Dak Prescott. Because you've got Dez Bryant and then you've got Cole Beasley as your number 2, I think, who is better as a slot receiver, but still, you've got the aging Jason Witten at tight end, but he's still great. He is still great nonetheless. But I don't know, maybe you could get some defensive help, Cowboys, because everyone seems to either be injured, because everyone on defense seems to either be injured or suspended. So, I don't know, maybe maybe the Cowboys should just trade Tony Romo, or they should just try to trade him. Like, not right now, but whenever he's healthy, to like the Cleveland Browns or someone, assuming that Dak Prescott can still play well, because I think that this is currently Dak Prescott's job to lose, and Tony Romo's fortunate accident to get the job back, which, I don't know, Cowboys fans may or may not agree with that, but but from what I've seen, they tend to agree with me a little bit more in that department, and that they think that Dak Prescott will be a very, very good quarterback and all that. So, yes, with me rambling, I've hit the 10-minute mark, so Yes, I do believe that that will pretty much do it for this uh, debate type video. And yeah, I will see you all later. Goodbye, guys. Thank you all for watching. And as always, go Panthers.